been a minute. Been a couple of minutes. Okay. So work sucks. It's kept me away from this for a while. Why is this camera seem so close? Changed everything up, and now everything's changed everything up, but tried to stay the same. So a lot of work stuff is getting in the way of having fun with repairs or playing or anything pinball related. Actually, sorry, getting my microphone back. So the restaurant, pizza oven went down, air conditioners went down, freezing over. There's the back part of the arcade where no games are is leaking, and it has been leaking. So we got leaking problems. Ice machine wasn't working for the restaurant. People were calling in. Has not been a very good week to get to repair pinball or anything. And then we also have problems with the machine, backtracking problems that we haven't had before. Yeah. I don't know why that camera is so close. I don't know if I can zoom back out or not. That is really, it's weird to me. Well, that's as good as it's gonna get. Anyway, so yeah, I tried to upgrade. I tried to do some different things, and then everything got screwed up, and we were having problems with the game itself. We cleaned up, or I cleaned up because we had a party in here. This happened on the Mayfair. This happened on Line Drive. This happens on all of the ones that we've been working on. Is you get so far and you're doing well, and then something takes you and sends you backwards. And this is what's happened with the Hyperball. Over here, because I've got multiple cameras now, or I got a remote keyboard. Let's go over here. And this is the new problem that I was trying to figure it out outside of the stream, but it's not working out. So what's happening now? Turn the game on. 2 zeros pop up over here. And then after a moment, there's 1 0 here, and there's 1 0 over here, which there shouldn't be. And then when it flashes to 500,000, we're missing a 0, and it's all screwed up here. There's an extra 0 over here. If I unplug this one, then there's 2 zeros over here. If I plug it back in, it goes back to 1 0, and then the 0. I tried to find something about it, and that's not it. That's not it. The other display problems down here on the playfield display. So it'll start normal. It says everything normal, and then after a while, you start getting extra characters in there and extra letters. So game over has an extra M, has an M after game. So it says game M over, and I don't know what's going on. And I'm trying to look, and I'm pretty sure my voltages are right. You know, 1,000 steps forward and 2 steps back. So basically, in my little bit of time that I have today, I'm going to try to pin down at least one of these problems, either this display problem or that one up here. And I kind of know, I don't know, I hope I know what's going on up here, but I'll show you what's happening. I will give you the visual. Excuse me while I get this camera in my face. Now I do notice that there's a frame rate issue with the plasma displays with the computers, and I don't know if it translates onto the screen, but any kind of undulating kind of whoop, that's normal. That's just a frame rate issue. But are we plugged in? No. So I'll show you what happens. At least for the top. Up there. And this camera set up. There we go. So we're up here. Oh, that way. This is what we want. All right. When it comes on, these two should come on over here, and then. Okay, so now we have one on each. The camera is causing it to flash on and on. They are actually on solid right now. Again, that's a frame rate issue with the cameras. So when it flashes to 500, now we're missing one and we have an extra one over here. But if I do this and unplug it, now I get both zeros over here and it functions normally. It should go to 500,000. Come on. Or 5 million or whatever the number is. Actually, it's not 5. There it goes. 500,000. Yeah. So that's a frame rate, but you plug it back in and then all of that goes to crap. So that's a new problem. What I want to do right now is, because I want to make sure I go through every possibility, I want to flip these from this side to there, that side to there, and see what happens. And I'm going to guess it's the board right behind it that's doing it. I saw something on the internet about a similar thing, and it was the main CPU. But I don't think so. I don't think that's the problem with this one. That is way too big. I think Brett was going to glue the magnets into these things. And I don't know if he did or not. Ugh, reaching across. Might as well get line drive dirty again. So yeah, frustrating that you have to go backwards. This could also be a problem that was about to be brewing due to age. I cannot fathom how anything I did caused it. Because it was working fine. I looked at my previous streams. It was working fine right after we did the fuse mod off the bridge rectifiers. It was working fine for that. Other than the playfield lights were off, and that was due to the batteries being turned off. So, a little confusing, a little disconcerting. But if I switch these around and the problem's exactly the same, then I'm thinking it's the board, the actual board behind the playfield. Oop. And then you just drop that on the ground. That's okay. I'll find it here in a second. I saw where it fell. All right, no big deal. Take that one off. So yeah. So work problems and game problems. I think that I have my brothers coming into town tomorrow. I think I'm going to set up to play so that when we stream, he's not going to be wanting to repair games. We're going to set up and we're going to play some stuff on the few streams if he wants to come over while I'm streaming. He is a gamer, but, a traditional console or computer gamer. He knows all that stuff, which I like to play, but I'm not as good into it. The only one I've ever played all the way through recently was Red Dead Redemption 2. Alright. Now, I could have left that in there. That was dumb. We're going to swap this out temporarily. I guarantee the problem's still going to be there. If it's not, well then that's just our display then that has the issue. If it reverses is what I'm trying to say. All right. Let's see what happens. Oh. That is different. Now it's giving me 2 on the one side, 1 on the other. Maybe maybe it is the wonky display. Huh. Maybe not. I don't know. But it is doing something different now. That is weird. I wish I had another one. I have a different display for a Williams, but it's not the right kind. And my brain just wants to change these all out to LED. If I could. Let's put this back. Back up here. It is weird that it did something different. I was not expecting that. Maybe I should recheck these displays. So now it's back to that way. But this all came on before. Weird. And then we have all this problem going on this one. Oh man. Alright. Alright, let's do this. I just want to eliminate all my scenarios. We're only going to plug in one. It's only going to be on player one. It's working fine. Should say 500,000. I'm going to guess that it is not the displays. But it is weird that it acts different depending on which one you put in there. So that should go 500,000, yes. Or maybe my ribbon is messed up? I don't know. No, it's okay, so it holds the problem. Something on player 2 has to be. Because it holds the problem when that one's unplugged. Right? So maybe there's a short or something on player 2 side. But either way, that's the board. I don't know. And now the other problem, let's just go here. See how well you can see it. I'm going to turn these lights off. Okay, disregard the scrolling, because again, that is... see, look, now there's an extra letter, extra S there. There's an E, is getting wonky. Look in there, that's wonky. So yeah, we got wonkiness happening everywhere. And on the board, all of this stuff is controlled on the bottom part of the board, and all of those are controlled on the top. But the voltages are right. I don't know what happened. Put it in the test mode, it doesn't work. Trying to figure out if something came loose or something. On on this board? I don't know. Test mode doesn't matter. Three, so it goes audit. One. Not quite sure what the sequence of events here. What's that do? I need to find. Yeah, I need to find all of the codes for the game and maybe just go through all of that. I know 50 was something that runs through them all, I think. 50. We didn't do anything different. Alright, I'm going to look on here. And we're just going to swap this game out to play something tomorrow or something. This is what we're going to do. Maybe I gotta go that way. I don't know which way you're going with the camera. There I am. Instruction manual and drawing set. I hate that this is not printed out the way I want it to be. So you get to the wiring stuff and then it's all messed up because it doesn't fit on the page. Alright, initially in auto cycle mode, CPU board test, self-test. So that's on the back. Sorry, that smack into the microphone. Zero, so there's like nothing on the CPU board test. Soundboard test. That's working. CPU test comes back okay. So why am I getting all these extra letters and crap? Display troubleshooting. See if this helps at all. Strobes from the CPU that drive digits on the player 1 and player 2 score displays via master display board also drives characters on the alphanumeric display via the control board. If digits and characters with corresponding strobes are both missing, isolate the problem between the CPU board, control board, and master display board by disconnecting strobe input connectors from the control board and master display board one at a time. It's actually in the book, maybe. Example. Characters displayed with a connector removed from the master display board. Fault is on the master display board. Digit is displayed with a connector removed from the control board. Fault is on the control board. Neither character nor digit displayed with connector removed, one at a time. Fault is with the connector at the CPU board or on the CPU board. Oh, they spelled it wrong. Board. Segments are common between player 1 and player 2 score displays in the HyperCannon's Energy Center. Player 2 display isolates segment problems between the 3 displays in the master display board by having only one plugged in at a time. Segment problems for the HyperCannon's player 1 display are best isolated by using digit display troubleshooting indicated in figure 4. Is this figure 4? Yes, it is. If inputs to IC2 on the master display board are proper, substitute a known good C8365 4-digit slave display. What? Which this is not even a touch. I don't know what that means, but I probably should have put screws on this so they don't fall off. Yeah. Screw that back in so it doesn't fall off. Yes, it's only one. What's up?
I found another one. It's pretty similar. It looks a lot more like ours.
Yeah.
And I've got enough of those, plus the gold. It'll get us through on sandwiches. I just said go lighter. I ordered, of the 3 choices from US, I ordered 1.
Okay.
So tomorrow, we'll compare that golden, the Olive Garden, to the one that comes in. Unfortunately, they have the golden at Walmart in bigger bottles. It's cheaper. So we'll compare those two. Like, we've got enough to get till tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll decide between the one that we got shipped in and the Olive Garden one. And
Okay.
whichever one's better, we'll bulk up and get through till next week, because that's about all we can do. We've already checked all our vendors.
Yeah.
You know, maybe Roma has something, but it wouldn't come till Monday, and the trucks will be here next week anyway. And I mean, I'm still going to ask them. That way, at least starting Monday, we could have our dressing if they carried it.
Yeah.
But
I doubt they do. What it looks like on the internet is that they don't. Conway doesn't deal with anything under the names that we know.
yeah,
There's distributors that I've never heard of before.
but we're the only ones that buy direct, so they only go through vendors. So what vendors they go through? Just a bunch of little,
Yeah.
Anyway, it's annoying. What
It
you doing?
is. I'm trying to figure out why my displays are all jacked up. But all of these and this is jacked up, which is telling me, to me anyway, that it's all the same problem
Yeah,
and not 2 independent problems.
yeah, they all went out at the same time, right?
They both went out at
Yeah.
the same time, and so I'm trying to read how it works. I don't even know how those displays work.
Yeah.
I know they're neon type plasma displays, but I don't know how power gets to it, how it lights up, and all that kind of stuff. And there's a whole page on it here.
So it's not the whole play field, it's just this display.
It's just just the display is giving me extra characters and extra dashes and crap in there all of a sudden. And then this is, I can either, if I have them both plugged in, I'll have 1 0 here and 1 0 here. And then when it goes 500,000, that one's missing, and then there's an extra 0 over here. So if I unplug this one will work right. But if you plug them both in, they don't work right. And if you reverse them, it's all...
It's either something that feeds all of them, or it's a link between them that's causing them all.
Yeah, so there's 3 parts that it goes to, and the big part that I think it might be is this one on the back, is this master display board.
Mm.
And people say they've had the problems before. There is a LED solution, but you have to get the whole thing. The LED solution is 5 of these and the master display board. And it's all LED. Yeah, but that doesn't say that it'll work with Hyperball, because it doesn't include this.
Yeah.
So it's like, so we might not be able to do LED at all, and you can't mix them.
Yeah.
Like the Black Pyramid, where we have the plasmas and that one LED, this you can't mix them. It's either LED or not.
Yeah.
Or this. So it's like, I need to track it down.
All right. Well, I have an appointment.
Okay. Take luck. Take luck and care. Oh, fun stuff. Anyway, so that's what we're doing. Trying to track down this display problem. And it's display troubleshooting, fault isolation. So I just need to learn how to understand it, because I am not... Besides the fact that I look like a ghost right now. At least my cameras are working. So, incorrect voltages, blanking. basically, I need to study this a little better. So fault isolation is what we need to do. And I really think it's the master display board. But that's where when you think it's something, that's when it's not. Alright, so let's try to figure out how to do this test again. If digits and characters with corresponding strobes are both missing, isolate the problem between the CPU board, control board, and master display board by disconnecting strobe input connectors from the control board and master display boards one at a time. Characters displayed with the connector removed from master display board. Alright, so let's see what happens there. Let's plug these guys back in. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I hate that. Alright. So that's still wonky. These aren't working at all. Just unplug one at a time. And just see what happens. That's still wonky. Those aren't working at all. This might be great for the game to unplug it and plug it back in all the time. Oh, now we got craziness happening. None of it affects that. I think it might be this board, and I don't know if I can get one. How about we just unplug the whole thing so there's no power to it, and see what happens on the bottom part. Still giving me weird stuff. So this is not... I don't know what's going on here. Why? Why must it be weird now? When it was working fine. Now you're getting wonky. That's just a socket issue. Come on, buddy. Master Zybot, no. Oh, you just now, see, now you just show up to see the Master Zybot? Master Zybot is my bot. You will respect Master Zybot. I'm going to have to just try to look at the voltages, I think. I don't know. Oh, this just gets into frustrating part where you're like, do I really want to repair stuff, or should I just like give up and never repair things again? I don't know. Let's see, what was I getting? There is a capacitor on here. I didn't change out the capacitor on that. Maybe the capacitor's bad. I don't know. Could be a thing. I changed out one capacitor, I didn't change out the other one. See if we can get in here and at least see it better. Stay true to form, give up. Why is that true to... Me giving up is true to form? Thanks. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it. What was I trying to do before I got distracted? Oh yeah, my light. Gotta have a light. Gotta have a light. I'm gonna focus on here a little bit. Plus, see if I can figure out where the ends are on this, and then see if this capacitor's out. All in jest, maybe. Yeah, well, you just stay stuck in the snow or something. What was I looking at? Okay, so there's plus and minus and plus. I wonder if I've got a blown capacitor. You know? Because I think that's where it goes. That is the negative side. And the positive side. Ooh, if it's a blown capacitor, that would be awesome. I need a mirror, or I need to be able to see. I can't see. It's not like I have old eyes or anything. It's just I have older eyes. Negative is on that side. Positive is on that one. So maybe I do. Because it all happened at once, right? In this, well, maybe not. Huh. Maybe not. Maybe not. But we didn't change out that capacitor, I know that. Oh. But it's telling the three different spots are the main display board, up here on the back, and then this and this. So pretty much we've narrowed it down to almost the whole machine. And then it starts to get into sit down and take a class kind of language to figure out how to read it. Ooh, character test. Maybe I can do that. Maybe I could do something like test my character. Alright, let's do this. Set the auto up switch. Auto manual down. I've turned this back so I can see it. That. Back this up. Back it up. Set the auto up manual down switch to manual down. And press advance to enter display characters test. To press advance through all the digits. Compare inputs to IC5, A1 and through D1, and individual outputs of IC5 segments A through G against the required signals as shown in the accompanied figure. With the display of all 8s, all segments should be on. With the display of only 1s, only segments B and C should be on, and segments A, D, E, and F and G can be checked for the off condition. Displaying all 2s allows you to check segment C for off condition, and displaying all 5s, segment B. Wow. Yeah. Advance in manual to displays of all 8s. If any segment is out, check corresponding IC9 and IC10 output for correct voltages for the on condition as shown in the figure. Next, advance the manuals to all the 1s. Use the display characters test. Check the driver input and strobe driver output for the waveform. Oh, great, waveform. I can't do waveforms. I don't have that control. I don't have that tool. Troubleshooting for alphanumeric display circuitry on the control board is provided in the preceding display troubleshooting paragraphs. Table 5 provides troubleshooting for lamp control functions and switch circuits to the control board, and Table 6 provides troubleshooting for the power switch board. Note that problems associated with the ball feed motor and ball shooter, that has nothing to do with it. First, isolate the fault to the control board using procedures in Table 6. Man, that just felt like a course that I did not listen to. Like, go back. What did that say? I have no idea. Hey. Thank you, Dave. $20. Sweet, man. Appreciate the help. Maybe I can buy a part that works better. What's the little thing? Cool. Well, apparently I know my tip button works. Awesome. What was that noise? I don't know. Oh. Cool. Thanks for testing my tip button. And now my phone's going off because it's telling me I got stuff. I've been tipped. Tipped you off, man. Now I just need to spend that $20 and learn how to fix this. Introduced with Hyperball. Yeah, that's what you don't want. That's what you don't want in your instructions. Hyperball is the first one. Are 3 unique circuit boards and opto-isolator switch assemblies. Why wasn't this the future of pinball? I don't know. The driver board has been replaced with a control board, which performs the functions of the driver board and provides drive for a new 12-character alphanumeric display board. So that's essentially what we're talking about. This bottom part down here is the control board in here, which was the driver board. And this whole section deals with the alphanumeric display. A power switching board is located either in the back box below the power supply or on the power panel in the bottom of the cabinet. The power switching board accepts auxiliary transformer secondary outputs and, under control of functions from the control board, switches isolated AC to the ball feed motor and DC to the ball shooter coil. AC-DC. Well, that's great. I need to understand how these displays work. We know that they're plasma. We know they're not LED. So now we have to figure out, I'm not having letters or numbers missing as much as I'm having characters appear when they shouldn't be. Like I'm having more, not less. So am I getting overdrawn? Is it overdrawing? I don't know. Spend it all in one place. Oh, there was a little note. I will spend it all in one place. Man. This is going to take my brain. And what's going to happen here, once I learn all this, I'll be the guy. I'll be the guy you'd be like, dude, check this out. Now, see, this also means I might have to learn how to use my my logic probe, which I don't know how to use. But I also do not have a oscilloscope. I could not look up these wavelengths if I wanted to. That is not a thing. But it's all about the voltages, right? In voltages, out voltages. Are they firing the way they should be? But I think if we just work on understanding what they mean about fault isolation, then should be able to get at least know which board we're looking at. Strobes from the CPU, the part up here. Stay there. CPU, that's this one. Strobes from the CPU that drive the digits on the player 1 and player 2 scores via the master display board also drive characters on the alphanumeric display via control board. So, strobes from the CPU that drive, so the same strobes, which I'm guessing it's all this stuff up here, that drive this thing also drive down here to the display. So that's a common thread right here, starting at the CPU. If digits and characters with corresponding strobes are both missing, isolate the problem between the CPU board, control board, and master display board by disconnecting strobe input connectors from the control board and master display board one at a time. So, the strobe input connectors on the control board and the master display board one at a time. Got to that part. Alright, for example, a character is displayed with a connector removed from master display board. Fault is on the master display board. Digit is displayed with connector removed from the control board. Fault is on the control board. Neither character nor digit displayed with connectors removed one at a time. Fault is with the connector at CPU board or on the CPU board. Now this is also a problem too. Like they said that there was a problem with this connector on a bunch of the System 7s too. So now we're just like, to narrow this down. So the master display board up here at the top of the CPU, and over here in this corner is the alphanumeric stuff, all connected right here. So maybe I might be having a fault still in here. It's going to come down to trying to find the right voltages. Like it feels like something is making connection when it shouldn't be. So I'm getting cross contact is what my brain wants to say, whatever that's not a specific term, that's just my term. And I really hate that I'm pasty white on this, but I'm also a white guy, so I have to accept it. All right. That's not helping. Anyway. Not going to look any better. So that's what we need to do. However, this computer's off now. I don't know. I don't know if I can get there from here. I've already taken this board out once. So now I think if I'm going to isolate this, I need to figure out on the board, which again, I don't have the right connections. I need to figure out character is displayed with the connector removed from the master display board. Fault is on the master display board. So if a character is displayed with the connector removed, they're saying the fault is on there. Disconnecting strobe input connectors from control board and master display board, one at a time. So I need to figure out the right ones. Problem is I printed out in the actual drawings. They don't print on 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper. So hold on. Ooh, not that fast. Okay, so digit strobes. So we're talking these two up here on that one. But that's not what we want. We want the ones on the control board. Column switches, rows, logic powers, display strobes. Character drives and alpha strobes. Okay, so these ones down here are the strobes on the control board. Oh, and this one. Right? Nothing else is strobes. So we're just talking about these three connections. 1, 2, 3 on the control board. And then on... I need a picture of the board on the back of the back box. Wherever that is. I don't know where it is. It's somewhere. So we figure out which one is the strobes on that. And by the way, it is freezing over here. Like, stupid cold. Alright, strobe inputs. That's the ones on the side. Okay. So, let's try to figure that out. One at a time. 1, 2, 3, and this one. Take that off. See what's going on. Alright, so now we got... Look at that. Let's see if we have any errors on here. On this side. All that looks normal. SSR, so I'm not getting any character mess ups right there. Oh, Felicia Day is streaming. What to do, what to do. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, she could really use the follows and the watch, you know. It'd really help out her stream if you just watched her stream right now. So yeah, that's... Thanks, man. Alright, so... The ones that are still plugged in, this part is working right. So maybe we might be tracking down the alphanumeric stuff. Alright, let's do this. Turn that one off. Put this back in. Oh, thanks so much. Yeah, I give you permission to go to watch Felicia Day. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the $20. I know you're going to tip her like $100 because she's so poor. But I appreciate all the support. Alright, let's see what that one does. Alright, now we have nothing down here. And... Hey. That looks right. Let's see if it changes. Now it looks right. Ooh, hey, ooh, I might be tracking it down here. So that... I think we have a control board issue. So this part's working right. Yeah, that's off. Alright, let's try the last one. Maybe this troubleshooting thing might actually work. Let's put this one back in. So it's this big long one is what I just pulled out. Now this is the last one. Plus, you know, hey, what's really odd is there have been very few times when you weren't both streaming at the same time. Notifications always pop up at the same time. Well, you know, Felicia Day and I are kindred spirits, and we're also competition. Because, you know, whatever the heck she's doing on her page is direct competition with some guy in the middle of New Mexico repairing pinball. So, yeah. I don't know why, man. I'm glad that you have her in your notifications. I appreciate that you have me in your notifications. All right. I'm going to suspect, now that I unplugged that one, that the front part of this should come on. Your thoughts exactly. Oh, look. Here's our errors again. Oh, guys, we have our error. Okay, what's going on is happening on the control board. And I don't know. See, it's wanting to do it. It's kind of hard to see with the roll, but yeah, the letters are screwing up right there. So it's in the alphanumeric display. So maybe a wires got pinched somewhere. So I think that might be my next part. Before taking out that board again, which, by the way, trying to take this board out and all these connections, and it just rips your fingers to shreds. So before I take all that out, I think I'm going to do the hard work of verifying the connections between these parts here, this part here, because this one was screwing up the most, and that. We know that when we took this off, yes, it killed this, but the displays up there were correct. See, this is where my brain has to try to track this down and figure this out. And I will. It just takes me a minute to think. Okay. Because my big thing is I want to know how it happened too. What did I do to cause it, or if I did cause it? Was it something I rubbed up against this and I'm accidentally arced it, or it just a thing that happened? So we know it's on the control board. Just get a new Hyperball control board. That's not going to happen either. It's not on the CPU. CPU comes back fine. So I need to look into this corner of the control board when I can. However, I think I've killed the time that I have right now. Yeah. So the things I was messing with when we were doing all this stuff over here, we didn't mess with those wires. But we did mess a lot with the wires under here because we're moving the playfield a lot. So I think I really want to check the wiring on that. And if I have to, I will repin these. That's what I wanted to say. Repin this corner. I don't have enough supplies to repin the whole board, but I can repin this corner. This one works fine. That taken off made all that work fine. I'm just going over it in my head over and over. And I really don't want to repin it because it sucks repinning a board. But you have to make it work, right? What's important is that it works. But we made some progress though. I tracked something down. I really wish that this camera was not so overexposed. But it's an iPhone, so what can I do? Ooh, I can split the exposure. That's interesting. Anyway, ooh, hey, there we go. I'm almost the right color now. Yeah, so tomorrow is another weird schedule because I have a thing I have to do tomorrow afternoon. So I'm going to come in the morning. We're going to stream early in the morning. I got to be done by 12. But I think that'll give me enough time to let's go over this corner. And then on Friday, or maybe Thursday night, or Friday night. Schedule's all weird this week. We have so much stuff going on. We'll play a game. Monday, Superman should be here. So we can start playing Superman on Tuesday night, I would assume, right? Because Monday would be too early because, yeah, he'll get back on Monday. So we'll have Superman to play, and we shouldn't have to fix that one. I mean, there's cosmetic work, but we shouldn't have to fix that one. So we'll play Superman, and There's other stuff we got to do. Lots of work, but you know, regular jobs take precedence. That's the way life is. I appreciate it, and I appreciate my brother for tipping me $20 to stand here so he can insult me and compare me to Felicia Day. But hey, $20 is $20, man. You're not getting it back. It goes towards the arcade. It's a donation. Write it off on your taxes, I guess. It's not going to matter, but still, write it off on your taxes. That's all the time I have for this afternoon. Anytime. Wait, what? I will try to do my best to be back tomorrow morning before I have to go do my thing. And then we'll play some games on Friday night. Possibly. Anyway, thank you for hanging out, Sutral, David, and anybody else that popped in and out. We at least accomplished something. We haven't fixed anything, but we've narrowed it down, and that's always a good thing to get done in an hour. Go watch Felicia Day, David. It's perfectly fine now. I'm going to leave. Appreciate everybody. See ya next time on the stream. Oh, look, my remote control. I can just change myself out. Goodbye, everybody.